All right, Elise, we have a theme song now. You know that means we've made it.
FEVA side, serve it up live. Davis in the cut, Coach Lee's on the mic. Hey!
Welcome everyone to Above the Tape, an all-access FEVA podcast. My name is Davis Lauderdale, and I am your favorite director of Florida Elite Volleyball Academy. And I am once again joined by my co-host, the head coach of our top 16s team, as well as the head coach of Sun Lake High School, the woman who has zero referee friends, Elise Zapata. Last episode, I want to make this little correction here. I did incorrectly. I said Elise Garcia, which is her maiden name. Her last name is Zapata, but in my self-defense, she still uses Garcia when I book her flights and on her memberships and all that. So it was an honest mistake. I don't want
on it, okay?
I don't want her husband Stefan getting mad at me. You know, Stefan's a football coach, and we all know that football coaches are wired a little differently. So I definitely don't want to make him mad. But in all seriousness, Stefan is like the most laid-back guy ever. So anyway, we're doing this again. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode. The brouhaha in New Orleans gave us a lot to talk about. It's funny, we planned on going for 30 minutes. Ended up going over an hour. So, we'll see what happens today. Please do not forget to subscribe and review our podcast. Remember, only haters give anything but 5 stars reviews, so do not be a hater. Before we bring on our special guests, I want to talk a little bit about how we did at Sunshine Qualifier. Thankfully, no fights this time, but we did have a huge weekend. The biggest thing being our 13 Fernando team getting themselves a USA bid. We're going to put a pin in that and discuss it later. In addition, our 13 Brittany team had an amazing performance, finishing 3rd in gold. They played awesome all weekend, almost got themselves a bid. So we're really, really proud of them.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Fernando and his team. Proud of you girls, 2nd year in a row, and Brittany as well. You guys played phenomenal this weekend.
So Elise, how did your team do this weekend?
We made it into gold.
In USA?
In USA, yeah. We played some good competition. They played well. There's some things that we could clean up and do better on, but I'm looking forward to Chicago, and I'm looking forward to A6, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, I mean,
work hard.
I think, obviously you as a coach, and we're going to all say, we should have won. But, I mean, 2 of the teams that we lost to are the teams that got bids.
Yeah.
So, can't feel too bad about that.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway. All right, guys, it is now time to bring our first guest in the history of this podcast. This is a really, truly historical event. We have 2 very special individuals joining us today. They are 2 of the 3 founding fathers of this volleyball program. And really, these 2 are like much older brothers and sisters to me, which is kind of weird because they're
much
married.
Older. He acts like he's young.
And they're married, so yeah. Anyway.
He has gray hair all over. You can't see it because we're talking. That's why he's behind the mic instead of video game.
First off, welcome to the show, the man who is now known as the bid whisperer, as he already has a bid for each of his 2 teams. He is the head coach of the number 1 13s team in the state, as well as our bid-winning 18s team. He is also the head coach of the Tampa Bay Heat high school team in both indoor volleyball and beach volleyball. As a player, even at his advanced age, he can still dominate on the sand court without looking like he's trying. He has over 20 years of coaching experience. He is the director in charge of finance at FEVA, meaning we have to ask him permission to buy anything. He is so cheap, it took him 3 years shopping for a car on Facebook and ended up buying one without a working battery. He is a man who messes up every group chat because he refuses to get an iPhone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome Fernando Saavedra.
All right, guys. Nice to see you. Nice to be here, guys. But that was a great introduction and a cheap shot at best. But happy to be here.
Right. Well, you knew that was coming. Our other guest is a woman who really needs no introduction. She is a former 2-time All-American setter at the University of Tampa. She has coached all age levels for over 30 years. She coaches our top 14s and top 15s team and has earned a bid in every year of FEVA's existence. She is also the head coach of Strawberry Crest High School and is in the process of turning that program into a powerhouse. She has single-handedly kept Miller's and Chili's in business and has consumed a total of 50 wings in her last 30 trips to Buffalo Wild Wings. She owns more parkas than a scientist working in Antarctica, and she wears them once the temperature dips below 73 degrees. Please welcome to the show, Katia Saavedra.
Lovely introduction, David. Love it, yes.
Perfect. All right. So before we get started,
Okay, we can't be mad that she loves Buffalo Wild Wings.
We all love Buffalo
because we all love it.
Or any kind of wings, but yes.
correct. And
Listen,
three
she
of them
orders-
shows how much she
orders
loves them.
5. That means I have 2 that I can grab. So.
Exactly. You guys eat half my plate.
Exactly.
Of course.
Let's
So-
not complain about this.
So before we ever start asking questions, I got a joke. So I have been told by 3 to 4 people that I tell the best jokes. So I'm gonna go ahead and thought I'd do it here and try to tell maybe one joke every episode. So
scared.
you guys ready for the first one?
Nope.
Sure.
All right. What does a nosy pepper do? It gets all up in your business.
I can't. This is what we deal with
Oh my
every
God.
single day. People don't understand.
These dad jokes.
Oh,
They're
I-
probably like more like grandpa jokes.
Oh, I got so many more. I got so many more. So
You
we
could be like grandpa. That's how old you
better
are.
watch your mouth over
You
there.
basically are. You treat my daughter like she's a grandchild.
She is my daughter. So we went to.
All kids like
So
that.
as a group, we went to BJ's this weekend at Sunshine Qualifier, and I am, of course, her baby's favorite person in the whole world.
Okay.
Maybe next to her and her husband. I'm not sure. But so anyway, I
There's a
started.
fight in words with my mom.
I know. Mom's not gonna like that. But anyway, I was carrying the baby, and I kind of walked to the front of the store, and then the people at the front said, "Oh my gosh, that baby's so cute. Is it yours?" I go, "Yes, this is my youngest." So
Youngest
I was-
grandchild.
it was, no, they thought it was my daughter, for the record. So anyway, before we get to know them a little bit better, let's talk about how the teams did at Sunshine Classic. Katia had her 14s team there, and Fernando had his 13s. So starting with you, Katia, talk about how your team did this weekend.
I thought my team played fantastic. They're a young group, and some of them have really not had the high level experience, but man, they're growing so quickly. So I'm really excited to see what they are going to do in the future. I think every time that we go to a tournament, literally from the first game to the last game, they improve drastically. All the kids are starting to mesh, and they get along so well, and it really is an amazing team. I'm really enjoying coaching this team a lot, and we only have 9 kids. We got 2 stud outsides and 2 huge middles who do so much for us. They touch every ball. Kara's an amazing setter, and our DSs really get that ball coming up every single time. So I think we're getting there. We're getting really close, and we got into gold. You know, we played Liberty, we got into gold, and we lost to the team that won the whole thing. And I'm good with that, because every time it gets closer and closer, and it's going to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for those kids.
Yep.
And that was the only game you guys lost the whole tournament.
Correct.
And you took them to 3.
And we took them to 3, which they went to 3 in the finals as well. You know, so we're right there. It's a couple of points away, a couple of errors away. Again, volleyball is a game of errors, right? Whoever makes the least amount of errors, and little by little, they're starting to understand that. I even so proud of my libero Kenzie. We talked about, you know, when the point is on the line, when the game is on the line, who's going to make that point? Who's going to serve that ace? Who's going to get that kill? And it was in Gasparilla, when the game was on the line, we were down by 3, and Kenzie served 4 massive serves, and we won that game. And I said, Kenzie, I could not be prouder of you, because she brought it. She had no fear. She went out. She served when the game was on the line, and she got it. And I said, that's what winners do. We go for it. Nobody wins by bowling or serving safe. Nobody wins by that. And they're starting to understand that, and that's a really cool thing to watch from a 13, 14-year-old.
Yeah, and that team too is kind of interesting, because that's a whole new team from last year.
It is.
I mean,
only 3 kids.
And
Only
some of
3
those kids were on the 3rd team last year. Some were on the 2nd team. Some
never even played.
Some never even played. So it's incredible how much they've grown. I know when we first signed them up, I was kind of like, "Ooh, Liberty, are you sure? Brand new team?" And Yeah, I mean, they look outstanding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're playing great.
They
It's
are.
fun watching your hitters stay aggressive. Like you said, Kara running all over the court.
And she gets to everything.
Every
She
point.
gets to everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Haley and Kyla do an outstanding job on the outside. We got our out system in there, and Kyla, she's tiny, but man, is she mighty. She jumps out of the
She
gym
can
and
jump, man.
she's gonna be a beast.
I-
She's just even figuring it out. Last year was the first time she was even an outside hitter.
Yeah.
So they're figuring it out. They're gonna get there. Absolutely.
I took a picture of her this weekend where, I mean, it looked like her shoulders were over the net. It was just incredible. And she's what? I mean, 5 foot nothing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
And
just,
Haley, you took a picture of Haley too. It was amazing. It looked beautiful. Absolutely, arm back, elbow back, just ready to just swing, legs, arms, abs, everything involved. So it was fantastic.
yeah, they did outstanding. They were a lot of fun. And of course, we got to talk to Fernando about his 13s team and winning a USA bid in their first national qualifier of the season, and also doing it without Elin, which is a big
Absolutely.
loss.
That is one of the biggest things that this team is actually very surprising in the sense of how well they can adjust. I think their volleyball IQ, given the age they've got, it's really, really high. Having to miss one of our middles, we needed to adjust. Anna go ahead and stepped in the middle. Then, of course, we had LEG coming in on the right side. But it's just the amount of energy they bring. It's just that they're involved and engaged in every play. Their defense is outstanding, is what wears teams out. And, of course, in offense, they're just so level and so level-headed, I meant, where, we just wearing teams out, where we just go back and forth, we rally in, rally out. And the amount of composure that they have at this age is really impressive. I definitely, help him here and there, but it's fun to watch. It's something that they just put their hearts out in every play. And I cannot name one or two players. I think it's an entire team effort, the way they do it. But it's also fun to watch the parents go a little, out for their kids,
Yeah.
and they bring a lot.
They
of
have
energy.
the most energy of any parents in the building.
Well, those girls too. Just
They all do, and
they all have that chemistry. They cheer each other on each point.
And-
It's a mental game, and they definitely have that side of it.
And it's so funny too. They are generally speaking, the smallest team. I mean, besides Elin, who wasn't there, they are so tiny. I took my son Jordan to the last day, and I told him, I kind of walked by the team, and he's like, "Are they good?" I'm like, "They're the number one team in the state." He's like, "They're so small." I go, "They're just watch how
Small
they play.
but mighty.
Watch their ball control. Watch how they just do not let a ball drop. Period." And so they are so much fun to watch, and you could actually sit there and just watch the parents though, because the parents
The parents are funnier than the kids.
Oh,
Holy cow.
fantastic! Yes.
they have cheers for every single
Dance moves,
cheers, dancers
everything.
for every player
Outfits.
and every situation. If it's a tip, it's tip tip hooray, and if it's it's just there's something for everything. It is the most unbelievable thing. I'll just sit there and watch them sometime, and they'll communicate like a quarterback and a head coach, an offensive coordinator, just like calling the next cheer. It is so much fun to watch. It is hilarious. Anyway, I think since this is their first appearance on the show, we should ask them some questions to kind of get them to know a little better. Elise, why don't you do the honors?
All right, so we have a few questions for you guys. Again, congratulations both of you on an amazing weekend. But the first question is, can you tell everyone how you met and fell in love?
Go ahead, Fernando. You got this.
Well, we were actually both playing beach volleyball in Miami Beach, actually.
All right.
At the time, I was living in West Palm, and Katia was living in Tampa. So we happened to meet in opposite ends of the court, and we had friends that were kind of in the same circle. So that's how we met.
Yeah, he was playing with Casey, and Casey's his best friend, still one of his best friends, and we knew Casey because he lived in Tampa for a long time, so he played with Casey forever. And my friends that I had gone to Miami were playing against him and Casey in, I think, semifinals or finals, not really
Oh, so
sure.
you weren't
Semis,
living
yes.
down there.
No, we were
You were just visiting.
That's what we did before when we were young. You're young. You
Playing
don't have
every
volleyball
weekend.
tournaments. You don't have kids. We went to beach volleyball tournaments and played volleyball all weekend long. Went out, danced every night, and that was the life of a single person with no children. So we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it.
We still do a lot of those things now, just for the
When
record.
have you seen me gone out and dance forever?
And not
Okay.
playing anymore.
There's a night in New Orleans I could go back to. But yeah, maybe not all the time anymore.
Yeah, and
but
then you're aching the next day
I
because
know.
your back hurts.
It's funny because we always try to we do a lot as a club together. Like all of our coaches, we hang out together all the time. But Katia is usually the one who tries to bail on us first. But if we can get her
I
out,
take my job seriously.
if we can get her out, we have to drag her back. We have to drag her home.
No, she usually comes and hangs out with us for a good hour.
She does.
She gives us some time and
And
we
then I
all,
say,
you know,
I'm out, have a nice time.
Yeah.
I can't, once 11 o'clock hits, look, that's my bedtime.
Yeah, Katia goes from like 100 miles an hour to 0 faster than any person I've ever met. There's no in between.
No need to say goodbye. See you later. Peace out.
No, and
yeah. I mean, this past weekend, even in sunshine, everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna do anything?" I'm like, "It's 9:30. I'm already late." I'm like, I'm not
we were
getting
all
up.
we were lame.
Stefan's like, "I can't believe we went to bed that early." I was like, "I know."
Yeah, this weekend we all went to bed so early. I don't know why. We just
We're getting old, Davis.
We're getting old. And it's a 16-hour day. I mean,
Well, that's because we had New Orleans last weekend, and I was in the gym for 15 hours or 16 hours every day.
It is true.
So
that was
tough.
4 weekends in a row for me for
Yeah.
tournaments. So
Yeah.
it's exhausting. My house is a mess. Like
yeah. No, sunshine.
no one's ready for anything.
That first day of sunshine just killed me because I was in the gym shuttling people back and forth on our FEVA scooter, which is pretty much the best purchase we've ever made.
I have yet to get on that scooter, by the way.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I was shuttling people back and forth starting from about 6:30 and just in the gym from then all the way until we're always the last team in the gym. I felt like we were there till 10:30, and it was a super long day.
It was a little better this weekend though.
Yeah, the second day we all had AM Wave on day 2 except for one team, and then we got to go to BJ's and I got to show some people the Pizookie.
And eat your ginormous Pizookie.
So
You don't have to put a
Strawberry
picture of
shortcake.
it.
we got to. So the Pizookie story is great. So they
Totally
have
off topic.
totally off topic, but I got
How
to
they fell
not
in
in the
love
plan.
comes to Pizookie.
I gotta fit.
or whatever it's
I gotta
called.
fit this in because we went there and a couple people hadn't tried the Pizookie yet, and so they have this off-menu Pizookie that's like literally the size of a pizza, like a large pizza. It's huge, and it's got like 12 scoops of ice cream. It's totally insane. It's the best.
It's a heart attack. is
Right.
what you're
Yeah,
looking at.
and there's like
unhealthy and nothing good for you there.
there's like 15 of us there, and so we order the Pizookie, and they give she gives all the spoons, and
I think we had 9 spoons.
9 spoons, yeah. And like the first couple people start trying it, and everybody's like, oh, and the next thing you know, we've got people over my shoulder. I've got Stefan over my shoulder with his spoon.
No, he had a fork.
Get a fork, yeah.
Forks, because run out of
Shoveling the
spoons,
Pizookie, and so I felt really good because I knew that I had come up with a good suggestion. I changed.
Oh, my
Allie's trying to reach over. I'm like, don't be shy. Just jump in there.
Yeah.
You might as well just jump in there and grab your scoop because it's going to be gone soon.
Yeah, and we tore that thing up.
I don't even think I had like an actual bite. I think by the time I got to each flavor, there was only like the edge and the crust of it
Yeah.
left, and I was like, okay.
Well, it's good when people have like the forward handle on the spoon, you know what I mean, instead of the normal handle. When you're like, that way you can shovel like a prison yard or something. We're eating in prison. It was fun. So anyway, I had to throw that in there because it was fun. And again, the most important part of these trips sometimes is the food. But it's actually really
Davis's eyes.
in my eyes.
In
Yeah,
Davis's eyes.
it's fun. It's fun to hang out. You work a long day and you kind of all get together. And I would say we have a super close staff. I mean, all of our coaches, we're all like, we all hang out all the time and talk all the time. And I think
I think that's just the culture that you 3 created, and that what you guys wanted in FEVA. At least staff-wise, you have a lot of people that work hard throughout the day, and at the end of the day,
I just want to always know that the person next to me has my back and I have their back, and also that they love my kids and I love their kids. A lot of clubs, and I get this from other people when they come from other clubs that, oh, well, my team is my team. Well, no, all our teams are our teams.
Correct.
I know every kid on every team. I want the coaches that practice with them to know every kid. So if a coach is late, we take over. You know, those kids are all our kids, and it's really nice. I think the parents see it, and I definitely know that the coaches feel comfortable with that.
I think it helps too that we're this close and we help each other out and we learn from each other and then get better as a coach.
When you see us at a tournament, you'll typically see 3, 4, 5 other coaches on the bench.
Oh yeah, I think we ran 7 deep one time.
Yeah, we've
7 of us sitting on the bench.
We've definitely gotten kicked off before
Yeah.
because okay guys, there's not 9 people on the roster. You cannot have more. We got more coaches on the bench than we have players on the bench.
And then we look at them and we're just like, no, but we're this person, and then by
Yeah.
the end of the line we're repeating names of who's on the roster to get off.
Yeah, but it's fun. It really, I think
It's a support system. It's
Yeah.
what it is for the kids. And the kids, you gotta know, when you see 6 or 5 or 4 coaches on the bench cheering for you and supporting you and being able to give you feedback, the kids, they love it. Who doesn't love having all these people there to support them and to cheer them on?
Oh yeah, and our coaches are definitely out there celebrating.
That's what
and
it's all
cheering.
about, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I just think that's so important. I always did feel like having the coaches and even the other directors on the bench, it just means it shows that we all care, and I think that's the one thing that we always, of course, we can't make everyone happy, but at the same point in time, the fact that we're always caring, we're always showing that we're caring by being there when we don't always have to.
as much as we can. Obviously, when we have 20 teams in a tournament, it's impossible for us to be at everybody's bench, but we try.
And there's definitely coaches there that are, they're friends with one another or whatever, and they're supporting each other as well. It's really rare to see just one coach on the sideline.
Yeah, if there's one coach, this means everybody else is busy.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
All right, so that leads into our next question that I think everyone wants to know is, how did FEVA get started?
Oh, God.
I don't
Oh
even think
my
I
God.
know the answer to
It's
this.
a
Oh,
long
this is a good
story.
one. I think we can tell it by now.
This is a long
Aw.
story, and this
Give me
is
the
a
spark
this is a
behind it
rough
first.
story too.
That's what I thought.
It's I would say that it was not formed by choice and organization, and it's not something we talked about and we were forced into doing
Basically,
it immediately and fast, and man, did it work out, but it was not something that we had years to plan or anything like that. Davis, you want to start out?
Yeah, so I'll kind of start out, but basically for me, I was just a parent. My daughter Katia played. Funny enough, went from being coached by Elise, and we changed clubs to go to Tampa Titans, and Katia was the coach. But anyway, so we went to the tryouts and tried out, and instantly, fell in love with Katia's coaching style, and once we committed. I just loved the way she coached. Katia was always talking about how much she learned and how good the practices were, and it was just a whole different experience. Just because she just grew so much in that year. Of course, unfortunately, that year was cut short by COVID, but it was still a great year. During the COVID time, we started to hang out more because Katia and Fernando have a beach court at their house as well as Sand Life. And so we would kind of hang out with them and kind of became friends in the process. And I remember going to them one day and saying okay, well, I'm following you guys. Wherever you guys go, we're going to go. Because I had a feeling that they might be changing clubs.
Well, then we ended up staying with Titans, and Titans became FPV. And the director at the time said, yeah, well, let's own it together. We'll be partners. We'll do this together, and basically sold us the whole shebang as we were going to do this. And so we ended up having tryouts, first year club or first year new club, or together with supposedly this partnership that allegedly was going to exist. It was we had 8 teams. My team was fantastic.
Amazing.
My daughter Mia was on it. She was a setter. Had some fantastic players. And then Fernando was coaching the 17s, the 17-1s, also had some fantastic players. And then basically, to cut it short, not to get into so many details, the director felt that he was going to take care of everything, take care of the money, the pay, where practices go.
What tournaments we ran.
What tournaments we went to, what tournaments we didn't go to, who was going to, and it was not a partnership to say the least. It was a dictatorship. So
From the financing part, obviously he wanted to take over the finances, and that was a red flag for us. But at the time, we just decided to go on with it. And then when he started flipping on us, we never received a single payment. We
Not even for coaching.
Yeah, we were partnering
not
up
even for hotels
through
or
Stanley.
travel.
No.
They were using Stanley as
Everything was
well.
coming out of your own pocket.
So we coached
Yes.
that year. It cost us money to coach because we paid our own hotels to go to all the tournaments. We paid for our own travel, and basically, you know, we didn't leave because it was our kids.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, you know. At this point, my kid is playing. All his team is there because of him. My whole team is there because of me. We weren't quitting on this team, so we basically, you know. It wasn't a preseason, but we finished it.
Yeah, we did this from where? From November through April.
Well, yeah. So January.
So was it only 1 year that you were like in the so-called partnership?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So around January, a bunch of stuff started happening where he really was kind of, you could just tell the end was near. You could see the ship sinking. And so, you know, going back for me, I remember sitting at the other club watching practices saying like, you know, I really like this. I think I could run this club, and I think I could do it really, really well. Like, you know, I'm thinking more so.
Of course he thinks that.
I'm more so thinking about the communication side and the social media side and what I could do to promote this club, because, you know, again, I just kind of fell in love with the whole scene of you know, this volleyball scene. And so when everything kind of started going down, and
it started going down when he told me that I was no longer coaching.
Yeah, that's
He-
that
so,
definitely
so he calls
in
me,
front of everyone.
He says, he calls me, he's like, don't even bother showing up. You're no longer coaching. I'm like, excuse me, I'm the head coach of this team.
My kid's on that
my
team.
kid's on this team. No, you're not allowed in the gym. I'm like, says who? I'm a director on USAV of this club. And so I showed up, and
Was that in January?
No, that was November.
That was November.
It was November. The first time happened in November.
No, I don't remember if it was November. I thought it was more in
I thought it was more like January too.
Yeah.
But regardless.
So I walk in the gym, of course, because I'm scheduled for a practice. And granted, this man is 6'4", 300 pounds, and I'm not. And so he comes up to me, and granted, everybody, all the parents, all the kids are there. You know, we've got 50 people in the gym, and he comes up to me, gets in my face, and asks me to leave. You know, and is yelling at me, and Fernando had to get in between us. I just stood there absolutely in shock, and Fernando and him, you know, had conversations for what, an hour? Or something like that. And then I went back to my practice, and I said, I'm not leaving, this is my team.
You're a director of the club.
We were listed as directors of the club, and so I know that when Fernando went back to coaching, Davis and all the parents.
Yeah. So I'll pick it up from here.
Funny.
So we're sitting there, and I'm like, I saw the whole thing happen. Like, I saw him storm in.
Everybody did.
I saw. I mean, he stormed across the room, pointing his finger, yelling at her in front of 15 and 16-year-old girls, getting right in her face. And so finally, when that happened, I started to kind of walk down where all the parents are watching. The whole gym pretty much stopped. And that's when Fernando kind of stepped in, and Fernando had their conversation, and then he walked over. And so we're sitting there like, I'm furious because my big thing is you can't, in a club full of girls, to have a man of that size yelling at a female in her face, that was completely just could not handle that. So we all as a group went up to him, and we're like, and he's like, well, this is the club decision. This is not, there will not be any, there will not be any drop in coaching quality. And I go, by whose standards? Like, how can you say that?
Did he coach?
No. Well,
yeah, he coached.
Oh, he coached
his daughter too.
Yeah. He coached the 18s team, and so from that moment on, at that point we knew. Like, at that point, that's when my head started. And I'm going to take credit for coming up with the concept. It may not have been the way it happened, but I'm going to take credit for kind of first coming to them and being like, what if we kind of did something. And
it's funny hearing like this side of the story and then like being on the other side, because during COVID, I remember Davis sending me videos of Kylie being at Sand Life or somewhere on some sand court playing, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know, like might some big news or something." The following year, I guess like in the middle of the year, I think I saw you at a tournament in Tampa, and you're like, "Oh, we're gonna start a club. I'm gonna start a club." And I laughed. I'm like, "Okay."
That day solidified what everybody thought of him.
Yeah.
Because everybody saw his side. And while we went on with the season, you know, obviously he tried to kick us off, but he couldn't. USAB told him you cannot kick 2 directors. As far as USAB is concerned, you have 3 directors in this club. And so he went all the way. We dealt with it the whole entire year. And what happened in April?
But kind of going back again, when all this happened, and I approached you guys, I said, well, just in case like he does something, we should try to secure, you know, just have a club membership, just as a backup. So in January we officially became an AAU club and a USAB club. We did absolutely nothing with it. It was just more so, hey, if he kicks us out, boom, we've got somewhere to go.
So with our 2 teams. With our 2 teams.
It would have been 2 teams, but Kylie, his 17s with Kylie on it, and Katia's 16s with Mia on it would have been those 2 teams. And didn't really think we would need it. I mean, I didn't, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, there was always tension in the gym. Always. We just kept to our side. We didn't say anything. There was no words spoken.
I mean,
we never got hotel reservations. We never knew when we were coming.
We went to,
going.
You guys went to,
we didn't know anything.
You guys went to Atlanta and paid your own way.
We paid
for Big South. The whole thing.
We paid everything.
We paid everything.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to put us in any good tournaments. Like he wanted to do just little local tournaments. They were good teams.
No qualifiers. What do you mean no qualifiers? These kids are
These
freaking awesome.
And all those kids came because of them too. I mean,
Did you guys end up qualifying that year?
No, we only did 1 qualifier.
Yeah.
Really?
It was only Big South,
South, right?
and they paid for it.
Yeah.
And so that was.
You paid for your team to be in there.
Yeah, that was how it was. So at that point, and I remember we had a conversation after A6. It was the 3 of us, and I was like, well, because it was unbearable how nasty it became.
Yeah.
And so we were like, should we just like do this now and break off for AAU? And I remember Katia being like, no, because a lot of these kids on these other teams, you know,
They're here because of us.
And I don't want to leave them. And I thought that, I mean, I wanted to break off at that time because it was so miserable, but I really admired that she felt that way because we could have easily just done it. However, about 2 days later, Jeff sends out a message to everybody in the club except for us, basically saying that
we are fired or we are done.
No, the first one wasn't. The first one was saying all the stuff that we did, and then we didn't respond. And then a day later, he came back with the second email that said we're all kicked out of the club, but we were ready. And we had a meeting with.
Oh yeah.
We had a meeting with our 2 teams. We sat down. Everybody agreed to come with us. We upfronted the whole.
We paid for everything.
We paid for everything.
Every parent had already paid for their tuition.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it wouldn't have been fair.
It's not fair to ask these parents to come with us. We paid for uniforms. We paid for our hotels. We paid for everything for both those teams to go, and really, you know, karma truly is something special. It really does. Karma is a real thing because I know that we had our 2 teams that were going, but then we had a little tryout literally 2 or 3 weeks before AAUs, and basically we ended up forming a team of 16s. He had a 16s team, and we ended up having a 16s team, and then we added a 12-year-old team. And the 12-year-old team, I think we won the Crystal Division or something that year.
Oh my God.
You would think that team that year that we would have won the Olympics.
Listen,
because
we have never celebrated that hard for anything else than that first Crystal Division. We took pictures for legitimately an hour after we won. They were so happy. And it's so funny because one of the things that I'm most proud of. No, you got a ribbon.
It was a ribbon.
Yeah, we got a crystal burger. No, we got a little ribbon. But it was one of the things that I'm most proud of is that we still have like 5 or 6 kids from that team.
We still have all of them with the exception of 2, and 1 moved away,
right,
and 1 lives too far from
correct
us. Yes.
Wow.
So every kid from that 12s is still at our club.
And they're U17
They're
by
great
now,
kids.
and they're fantastic.
That's
And there's
incredible. So basically, to sum it up, right? You guys, FEVA didn't start, and I think this is where some people forget. FEVA did not start in your traditional like August, September time frame.
It was supposed to.
They like made teams for AAUs after a season was ended. And for those of you guys that know, that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
But looking back at it,
How do you get jerseys?
Oh my gosh, the worst cap sleeve jerseys you've ever seen.
Whatever they had,
we had
whatever they
we had
had.
to get them, but you know the thing
Were you
is
red still?
We were.
red and white because they didn't have black.
Okay.
And I mean, we had to just get what they could do.
And they were falling apart. By the
I
end
mean,
of the
they
day.
are they were
Not
awful.
like the extra material that Nike
I
had.
mean,
Well, they're
no,
really
it wasn't.
good,
Oh
yeah.
no, it wasn't Nike.
Off-brand.
It was
Oh, no, not
some
Nike. It was
ridiculous
whatever
off-brand.
we could take.
Tech.
But it really gave us the opportunity to promote the club because up until then, I didn't have any. How am I going to have pictures of the girls? And I mean, so it gave me action shots. It gave me social media stuff to post. And so we were able to come out for tryouts. And, you know, going into tryouts, we're like, you know, how many teams are we going to have? And I think Fernando said like 4 teams.
Four to six, I said. Four to six.
And then I
teams.
think Katia said like 8 teams. And I was like, I think we'll have like maybe 10.
And I thought you were crazy.
16.
You had 16
Oh, yeah.
teams
In
your
our
first
The first year.
But you know that year, like I said, Karma is something special. My 16s did amazing. They played in Premier, and I think we got 5th that year in AAUs. And the 12s, of course, won the Crystal Division. And then Fernando's team, I can't remember how. I think you guys also made it into gold, but I can't remember how you guys did. You know, everybody was super happy. And then it just so happened. How does this happen? I don't understand how, out of the thousands of teams, and probably close to 200 teams in the classic division in 16s, were FEVA and the club that we left.
Wow.
Played each other.
Played each other in the Diamond
Semifinals.
semifinals. Okay, Diamond semifinals, we had to play each other. FEVA won, and then they had to ref us and watch us win the Diamond division.
It was
It was just so. It goes, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of those kids from that year ended up coming to us the following year because we ended up having 16 teams. And while this coach decided to continue on being a club director, he had 1 team, and then he quit volleyball. So what I'm saying is, you know, you have to treat people well.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to be honest. You have to treat people well, and you have to have clarity. Now, you know, you can never make everybody happy in club, but as long as you do the right thing and as long as you are honest, I think it does work out.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's awesome about you guys. You guys you put everything up front and you're not going to lie. This is how it is. If you don't want to be here, then you don't have to be here.
What Dave always says, don't ask Katia a question if you're not ready for
Yeah,
the
you better-
answer.
you have
Because I'm
to.
going to tell you what it is, and I'm being mean. I'm just going to be honest, you know,
Yeah.
and that's just the
She's going to
reality.
give you that direct answer. She's not going to loop you around and put you in a circle.
Yeah. And, you know, in all seriousness, I mean, I was willing to start this club with them because they really are 2 of the best people I've ever met. I mean, I give them a hard time all the time. We all give each other a hard time, but they care so much about these kids and the amount of time that they spend trying to make every kid's experience a great one. It's off the charts. I mean, it is legitimate.
I've never met people that can know almost, well, you guys do know every person in that gym.
Every-
Every kid that is in
Every
that gym.
single, they know every single one. They work with every single one. It doesn't matter if you're on our, 7th team or our 1st team, or if you're
even
an
if it's like
18s
our
or
open gyms. Katia knows, and Fernando too knows their name by the end of the open gym, and I'm like, she's like, can you go get like Rebecca over there? I'm like, who's Rebecca? Like,
Yeah.
She's like over there. I'm like, how am I supposed to know her? I just met her tonight.
But yeah, I had the director at my son's basketball club ask me like, how have you guys been able to build so much success? And I was like, well, we really, really, truly care, and we really work hard, and everybody does matter, and we really do treat this like a family. I mean,
if I can add too, I mean, I think also the 3 of us do have our own expertise in our areas, and we are very well in our lanes. So it works out so well. It was really a happy accident if you think about it, where I don't think myself could have done as well ever as what you do, Davis. Not to make your head any bigger, but and of course Katia handles her part so greatly. So it's kind of easy to find a good lane for us, and I think we are doing well in what we do, and we love it.
We all have a role, absolutely. Because it would take me an hour to make a hotel reservation.
Like, you go to Katia for her role. She's pretty nice about it. You go to Fernando about his role. He's really quiet about it. He'll give you your answer. You go to Davis. He's just like, I sent this out and I didn't.
because I have to deal with
Davis,
300. No, more than 300 parents. I deal with like 500 parents, and then asking this, that, and the other, and then I have the coaches. what flight am I on? I'm like, it's on the spreadsheet that I sent you guys 100 times. Please,
That's him
you're
saying
killing
it
me.
nicely. No,
Yeah.
Davis we mess with Davis a lot. We ask Davis a lot of questions. Sometimes just to
Mess with
get a
me.
rise out of him.
And that's basically what how FEVA started. From
Yeah.
there, it's just been a crazy ride, but
Yeah.
man, it is fun though.
No,
it is
it's,
fun.
it is a lot of fun. I always tell people there's probably other things we could do to make more money, but I was definitely making more money as a full-time photographer. But no, this is a lot more fun, a lot more fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, I love to watch how the kids have just gotten better and better.
So,
and when they graduate, you know, when you have them when they're 13, 14 years old and they're graduating, they're going off to college and they got a volleyball scholarship.
When these kids,
what
is
about
so
when they
cool.
come back and say,
Oh,
Oh,
can I
full
get
circle.
my dear,
Absolutely.
How does that feel?
We have them, you know,
Yeah.
like Kennedy Reed is one of our kids. She went off, she played
our
D1
first Division
she's-
One player.
Yeah, and she 'cause she was in our first or second graduating class.
It was our first because
No, second
second.
graduating.
Second, Katia was the
Second.
first. She was
Second graduating class, and she's back and she's coaching for us, and what a great kid, you know what I mean? So she's back, and it's slowly starting to happen where our players are
Full
starting
circle.
to come back. Yeah, it is full circle.
Makes you feel old, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
good.
it makes you feel so.
Oh,
And when I'm telling you, when these
Wait till
girls,
we have kids.
I know.
Oh Lord.
when these girls who are on our original 12 teams, when they sign, I'm gonna have to have a towel because I'm gonna be crying so hard. Because I mean, they've grown up with them, and they are. I mean,
The family.
the parents of them have been so loyal. You know, obviously as a brand new club, even though I think we did a good job, we still made mistakes. I mean, you're still trying to figure this thing out the first year. You really don't.
We
You know,
still make mistakes every year.
Of course, but
every year we have a list of things. Okay, this is not going to happen next year.
Right.
Every year we make lists.
Every year.
And making mistakes isn't a bad thing. You learn
No.
from it. That's how you grow, and that's how you better your club.
Yeah,
So
but I really appreciate the fact that they've stuck through it with us because they didn't have to, you know, and we've made mistakes to them and they've come back and been loyal and helped us and we've gotten better and
Good
better and
parents.
better. Good parents, yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So I have 2 more questions for you guys.
More questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
One's going to be pretty short, but the first one I'm going to ask is, what do you each love most about your job?
Fernando, you want to take this first?
Sure. Personally, it's just how it makes me feel. I guess accomplished is one of what I like to use for. I see how the kids start. I see the development. I see the love for volleyball. That's something that we share, and I see how much they progress individually, as a player, as a person, and along with the team. So it is rewarding, actually, as a better word, that I see from from the first practice all the way throughout the last, how much we can make an impact on every kid and we just make them better.
Well, I'm just a competitor, so I have 2 things that I really most love about my job. A, I love coaching, and I literally get goosebumps till this day when we are in a all out, competition brawl, you know what I mean? And it's going back to back, and the kids are doing this, these amazing plays, and we're fighting for it, and I get goosebumps, and I'm cheering and yelling, and we're all just into it, and that's just, I think, for any competitor, that is what drives us. Those are the feelings that we get, those endorphins going all over the place, and you feeling it. Now you're not playing, but man, we feel it just even if maybe as much, just like parents suffer more than the kids do, coaches do too. So that is that feeling that I love about seeing that. And then another thing that I really love is when I don't coach my own team, I get to go to all the benches. And there are so many kids that come up to me and hug me and give me high fives. Coach Katia, I'm so glad you came to see me. And I just love seeing that I've made some kind of an impact on these girls, and sitting on the bench and, cheering for them, and just the smiles and being able to be around these kids. I mean, think about it. This is the youth, right? This is the next generation. And I think that just being around a healthy environment is really fun for me. It sure beats, hanging around old fogies. So I'll take hanging around. And if you listen to their conversations, holy cannoli, they are hilarious. So I could write a book on all the little things that these kids have said, which makes us just laugh. So yes, those are the two things: competition and checking out all these kids.
And I will double down on her competition thing. It does not matter what she does.
I know,
It is
yeah.
I won't even play cornhole with her anymore. If you're on her team,
Because you're going to lose.
no, if I'm with her, I'd rather play against her, because if you're with her, she's going to correct my technique. I'm like, look, I am not a professional, and it is
She's a
everything.
competitor.
Everything
She
is
wants
to
to
win.
win.
Everything is to
I
win.
just don't see what's the point if it's not going to be for winning.
I mean, you gotta wanna win
and,
too.
Go out
and
there
people
to
have
win.
to understand that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
And
there to compete.
the greatest athletes in the world, in fairness to you, the greatest athletes in the world all have that competitiveness in
Yeah.
them.
All right. So the last question, comes down. Katia, I want you to think of this as being a player, a competitor, and not a mom. If you guys don't know, Katia and Fernando have 3 amazing children. All 3 are setters. You have Diego, you have Mia, you got Emma. Right? Not in that order. They're all setters. As you guys know, after Davis announced that Katia was like the most amazing setter ever, out of all 4 of you, who's the better setter?
At our prime,
At your prime.
well, Emma has not gotten to her prime. She is 15.
Just say
years
it,
old.
Katia. Just say it.
That's a good answer.
Just say
Come on.
yourself. It's okay.
No, I'm not going to say that. I refuse to say that.
She's
in
winking. She's
public.
winking. If there was
No.
video, you'd see her.
No,
Oh, God.
I will not. Different times.
Different
Not to mention, I mean, I played at UT. You know what I mean? So at my prime, I can't even compare, to what I think Mia is a ridiculously gifted athlete.
Yeah.
I think the difference, I think Mia is definitely a better setter than I was, but I think that Mia did not have the love that I have.
She
for the
definitely
game.
does not have your competitive spirit.
No, and she doesn't. You know what I mean? She's a different type of player. But physically, Mia would definitely, because she has been at her peak, she's definitely a better setter.
Yeah, we'll work.
Yeah,
Emma's getting there.
yeah, you know what I
Emma
mean?
is getting
and,
there, yeah.
and Emma is 15, so we don't know what's going to bring. Do I think she's going to be much better than me? Absolutely. She hasn't gotten there yet, but she will be. And you can't compare a guy. Come on, that's not even fair. You know what I mean? Diego can tower over me and hit me in the head with a ball on the 3-foot line. It's not fair.
So you guys got to. If you have not seen Katia play on the sand court, Fernando or their family, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Especially when we used to do our at the end of year parties.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are
They
fun.
used to cheat. They all used to be on the same.
Yeah, they stack their teams,
Oh my
and then she's like,
No,
"You
they did not.
you don't know we're gonna win." No, we absolutely know you're gonna win. It's like you've got the Division I libero and Emma, you've got Mia, and you've got Katia and Fernando playing against everybody else. Like, give me a break. Oh, we're old. Yeah, you're not that old.
No, it's pretty impressive how you guys 3 kids, 3 setters. Was
Yeah.
that on purpose?
And
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they had no choice.
I'm a setter.
By
and,
design.
And I firmly believe that the setter is the most important part. You can have amazing hitters, but if you don't have a person that can put the ball up and give them an opportunity, those hitters can't do anything. So the setter is the most important position, and you have to have a high volleyball IQ. And thank goodness all my kids had that. So you have to be able to understand volleyball, truly understand it.
Yeah,
So-
it's gonna be fun to watch. Emma's the last one, so
She's it.
Emma
she
Another
loves the
kid.
game
Listen,
just like Katia.
listen,
Mia
I'm
didn't
gonna tell
really
you.
have the love of the game. She was just really good at it, and she
Yeah.
knew what she can do with it. But you got Emma that loves it and is giving her 100% every time she's on that court.
Yeah, I can't tell you who's the best, but I can tell you that Emma is the most fun to watch. Like, Emma is so much fun because Emma is all over the place. Like, she'll be ready to serve, and she'll just have a conversation with the parent. Like, she is just the most,
Entertaining.
she's so fun, and she's so fun to watch.
Versatile too.
Very
Yeah,
versatile. I mean, she has that little new thing that she does when she sets it. We still have not given a name to it yet, but it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, she basically goes up once she's in the front row, like she's going to hit the ball. Middle blocker, left side blocker, go up with her, and bam, she sets it to the outside or the middle, no block. It's fun.
It's
I mean,
so much fun.
On a
it's
side
fun.
set, on a
That's
side
the
set,
goosebumps
absolutely.
It's so
Yeah.
that's the goosebumps. It is
And,
fun.
and now we've got
And-
actually got other setters starting to
I'm
do it
teaching
in our
my
club.
15s and my 14s to do it, and they are doing it, and they're getting better and better every time. But it works.
And it's so
It
funny,
works.
you
It's gonna be
watch.
like our stand-up.
Whenever it happens, now that I've seen it enough times, I immediately go watch the coach of the other team and the players trying to figure out exactly what in the world you're supposed to do to guard this.
Well, you know how many coaches this weekend? Oh my God, I love your setter. Oh my God, your setter. She's just nasty.
Yeah.
Just nasty. I'm like, yeah, she is. I know. They're like, and then when she sets your outside, Jazzy, and she just rips the ball, I'm like, oh my God. Or she sets your middle, Anna, and I'm like, and she rips
Yeah.
the ball. They're like, it's
Somebody's
disgusting.
gotta
We
go
don't
up
know
with
who
them.
to go up with.
Right.
All three of my people are jumping. One's with the setter, one's with the middle, one's with the outside because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm just like, please, every time we get a perfect, please do it, Emma, please do it, please do it. Yeah, she did it. I love it. It's the best thing ever. It's my favorite. Yeah, so that is really good. But thank you so much to our special guests. I'm sure we're going to have them all on again individually, but for the first episode, we really wanted to have them on together. We're looking forward to next week, where we'll be having some players from our 18s team join us. So you definitely don't want to miss that one. We're going to be recording on Wednesday night just because of the way practices work out. So the podcast will be up next week, either late Wednesday or early Thursday morning. Until then, hope everyone has a great week, and we will see you soon.
All right, have a great night.
All right, everyone.
Bye.